All right, time to take the updates of news going on in the country. This is Newsbeat. We're live from the Ikea Bohema studio at North Ridge, and you can also follow us on social media as Metro TV Ghana on Facebook. Metro TV_GH is on Instagram and Twitter. Let's take a look at headlines of stories coming up. Public Utility Regulatory Commission holds meeting with utility service providers on proposed tariff increment. We'll be taking you live to the venue where the discussions are being held. Chiefs at Afenya predict doom for Ghana's proposed automotive hub if government fails to consult them. We'll bring you details of that as well. And on international front, veteran Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh has been shot and killed by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank. I am Ania Fwampo for the news now in detail. Now, stakeholders in the power generation value chain are justifying tariff increase proposed by Electricity Company of Ghana, the Volta River Authority, the Ghana National Gas Company, and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, among others, say they may not be able to stay afloat if tariffs are not increased for the 5-year multi-year tariff review. So my colleague Henry Kwesi-Bedu is at the PURC media engagement and joins us live for more. Hello, Henry.
You have written very fine articles, putting all of us together in the value chain. We appreciate that. But then we are talking about the fact that
we're trying to get to Henry to give us updates of what's happening at this crunch meeting, so that if in 5 years the tariffs are not increased, then these companies may struggle to actually survive, and that is plunging.
We have considered over the period. Since the last tariff review, we have commissioned a number of projects. If you look on the left side, these are the capital investments that we've commissioned over the period. On the right side, you see some efficiency improvement. And I must say that for most of the efficiency improvement, we didn't require a tariff to do so. We needed to look at how we can be efficient without asking the Ghanaian to pay a single cedi or peso. So if you look at the implementation of workforce audit that we did, we had to look at how we can deploy our staff optimally. So currently there are teams that are cross-skilled. We have people who are working in our telecom unit who are able to work in transmission maintenance. We have people who are working in even the support functions that are able to support other key functions. We implemented an enterprise resource plan. As I said, these are all initiatives that we implemented to inject efficiency into our business. The reason we did this is that if you look at the entire electricity supply chain, it's ECGA, GRICO, and NEDCO that has its activities to be predominantly maintenance. And so you need to use people, you need to use vehicles. So we have to look at how we can ultimately deploy all of these inputs into our business. Currently, we have this project ongoing, which will strengthen this corridor, the Achimota-Balam 161 line upgrade. Now, what about the investment we've planned for the period, for which we are asking for a tariff adjustment? We have these medium-term projects, approximately $896.44 million. The last two projects we see are very critical. In fact, all of them are critical, but the last two I would want to highlight on them because of time. We have the 161 kV Abuaze Cape Coast Malam transmission line, the coastal line. We have spoken about how we are utilizing our gas resources, and we have all come to the realization that most of our generation assets are located in the West. We have almost 1,600 megawatts coming in from the western part of the country to the various load centers, the middle belt of Ghana. We have seen a surge in demand in Tamale and beyond. and then, of course, Accra and Tema. And this line that we are talking about, the Abuaze Malam transmission line, carries all this power, but is very prone to corrosion. We have serious issues with this. So whenever we have a challenge on that corridor, we have a lot of cascade trips, and it's prone to system collapse. So we are putting in this as a measure to complement the 330 kV, which we are overburdening now. And then we are also planning a second 330 kV line from Kumasi to terminate at Bolgatanga. I mentioned that we've seen a surge in load in Tamale and the NEDCO operating enclaves. We've planned these short-term projects for specifically 2022 to 2023. These are key short-term projects, and for us, they are showstoppers. We need to do this quickly to address some of the challenges that we've seen in recent times. There are a lot of discomforts that we have suffered in recent times due to the reliability of the grid. And so these are some of the small projects that we are going to embark on. So in summary, these are the benefits we expect from these projects: to reduce losses to an average of 4.15% over the period. I know the PRC will want us to do lower than that, but specifically, yes, Chairman, specifically in 2027, we are targeting 3.8. But if you look at an average for the 5 years that this proposal covers, we are talking about 4.15. We are being realistic because currently we are hovering around, we are in the 5 band, 4.85.0 band, and we want to progressively come down. So these projects will help us reduce losses, improve stability and reliability of the grid, and most importantly, improve the quality of supply and operate at the right voltage band. In looking at our tariff proposal, we were guided by these benchmarks. What will be the financial benchmarks that will make GRICO attractive to private capital, or even for government to coordinate or do some syndicated lending for us? And so we looked at these benchmarks. So this is what guided us as to what threshold we should ask for, and also to make sure we comply with the technical benchmarks of 4.15 over the period, and also the SIDI. The SIDI is the number of hours we have interruption within the year.
So that's Samuel Akwa speaking on behalf of GRIDCO, giving us a breakdown of what has accounted for this proposal of increase in tariff. And Henry Kwesi-Badu is joining me via Zoom to explain further what has gone on so far as far as the stakeholder consultations is concerned. Henry, thank you for your time. Good afternoon. Hope you can hear me.
So I can hear you.
Okay, great. So give us a breakdown and understanding of what has happened so far at this meeting.
We discussed a whole lot of things.
So GRIDCO are the ones on the floor, as you heard them say. GRIDCO is saying that due to the cost of maintenance, that is the reason why they are proposing a tariff review. He is here to talk about the actual percentage that would be put or that will be put out to be looked at by the PURC. But earlier, VRA, that is the Water Authority, spoke. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, that is the GNPC, also spoke, and also the Ghana Gas Company Limited. They are saying that, I think in the case of GNPC is looking at 67% upward adjustment in tariff. The Ghana Gas Company is also looking at and over 72%. VRA is looking at 37%. In the case of VRA is saying that if these tariffs are not pushed by the PURC, they cannot remain sustainable. They think that they will not be able to stay afloat. And this is all due to some investment that VRA want to make. And, you know, in the case of the electricity company of Ghana, ECG do not produce power. What they do is just do the distribution to the individual home. So what is happening is that the reason why ECG is obviously yet to speak at the media engagement, but they will be speaking very shortly. They will be giving some explanations as to how they arrived at the 148% upward adjustment. But what is happening now is that from what we've seen, it looks like how they arrived at this figures is because of what the stakeholders, proposed. The stakeholders are proposing that they say some of them, buy gas from outside the country, and they use, in the case of GNPC, they use the dollar and CD ratio, and they are saying that due to the exchange rate, that also affects it. So it looks like what ECG is saying, the 142% that ECG is saying, is due to the figures that they've gotten from the stakeholders. If I say the stakeholders, the Great Coal, VRA, Ghana, the GNPC, and also the Ghana Gas Company. We are yet to hear from the side or how, what went into the over 300% increment with the Ghana company, that's the Ghana Water Company Limited. Their stakeholders are yet to speak, and we'll be hearing from them pretty shortly. But as I speak to you now, GNPC, VRA, Ghana Gas Company, and Great Coal are all proposing an upward adjustment. That seems like the reason why that is the Electricity Company of Ghana is also looking at 148% upward adjustment in tariffs, which is put before the PURC, which will be looked at, soon. But as to whether or not this 148% will be taken into consideration, PURC is saying that this is not a definite, claim. That doesn't mean that Ghanaians are going to pay the 148 that has been proposed by the ECG. They will be asking critical questions when the committee steps. They will be asking further questions why they need that upward adjustment. They would also take into consideration the current economic situation or the hardship the ordinary Ghanaian finds itself in. Obviously, there's been a lot of people asking questions. The stakeholders, some of the stakeholders who are here today are renowned economists, like the executive director of the IEA, who was saying that it looks like some mismanagement has been going on in some of these companies. The reason why when always these companies ask for tariff adjustment, which is then trickled down or is moved onto the end user, that is the ordinary Ghanaian. So he thinks that some steps will have to be taken in order to ensure that this mismanagement and the things that happen in the company, or they do policies that will really help keep this company afloat. You can't just say that from the IES, Mr. Kwasi says that you can't just say that because you are making losses in your company, you would want to increase the tariffs in a way or two. So that is what has been happening here at the Alisa Hotel here in Accra.
Thank you very much, Henry. Follow up and let's see how they finalize with the aggregation of, all the percentages being asked by the stakeholders as far as this proposal of tariff increment is concerned. And so that's Henry Kwesi Badu. The stakeholder meeting or the crunch meeting is happening at Alisa Hotel. We'll bring you details subsequently in the next bulletins. Now, Deputy Minister for Energy, Andrew Japamesa, has refuted claims that the country has returned to the dark days of Dumsor. He spoke to Paul Adumotre on Good Evening Ghana.
If you hear them say, particularly our friends in the NDC, now I've read some statement that John Jinapong has released, suggesting some justification for Ameri and Car Power. And
yeah, he says Ameri has now become our own plant.
But of course, if you have a BOOT that runs for a 5-year period, and they have built, they have operated, owned, and necessarily the transfer has to take place. So if they transfer, then really...
He's talking about the vision that they had.
It's not a question of vision.
Because he's giving us 250
It doesn't matter. It's a question of how much it cost you relative to what it is that was in place and what it is that the residual then leaves you. Okay? We all recall the debate on the cost of the Ameri plant when it was installed. Indeed and in fact, Ameri has not been turned off for in excess of 12 months. And we are not encountering any Dumsor. It's in good condition.
Ameri has not been turned on?
It's not been turned on.
We are not using it?
Because we don't need it.
You don't need the 250 megawatts?
We don't need it.
But when you had lights off on Saturday, why didn't you turn on
No, but of course, that will require gas. And it was as a result of the gas pressure that you couldn't turn on the plants that had triggered some fault within the GRICO system. So it's not as a result of it not being available, okay, or that it's not installed.
It's a technical mishap.
It was a technical mishap that then led to, but I'm saying that Ameri is not part of our generation mix today because clearly we have excess capacity that then gives us the room that to the extent that we are not paying additional capacity on it, we can keep it down, and elect to move it to another part of Ghana to help with grid stability.
All right, so let's now move from electricity to water, and with the proposed 334% increment in water tariffs, here are some how much you're likely to pay should the PRC accept the proposed 334. So we gave you the breakdown of the ECG tariffs. Now let's to water. Old tariff was costing 50 Ghana cedis, and the proposed one, if you were paying 50 Ghana cedis at this range, you'll be paying 217. Old tariff of 100 Ghana cedis range, you'll be paying 434. Old tariff of 150, you will now be paying 651. Old tariff of 200, you'll be paying 868. Old tariff of 300, you're likely to pay 1,302. And then old tariff of 500 range, you'll be paying 2,170. And then with those paying 1,000 range of Ghana cedis, you'll be paying 4,340 Ghana cedis. Now, an average worker that earns 1,500 lives, lives at Kaswa and works at North Ridge, cars picked Trotro or Domiabra to Kaswa will be paying 4 cedis 50 pesos, no change in fare. This is, I think, the fare. Kaswa to Circle, old fare is 6 cedis 50 pesos, and the new fare now is 7 cedis 80 pesos Ghana cedis. Now, Circle to North Ridge, old fare is 2 cedis 30 pesos, new fare 3 cedis. Daily spending, weekly, monthly, and then what is left. Transport in and out, that is for your daily spending, transport in and out. Come back to the old one. Let me see if there was a figures there. Let me capture it. Okay, so if you're paying 30 cedis, 30.60 Ghana cedis, weekly you will be spending 153 Ghana cedis, monthly you'll be spending 612, and then what is left on you will be 888. And this is for transport fares. Let's go to the next slide. So average amount spent on lunch while at work, daily 10 cedis, weekly 50 cedis, monthly 500, what is left is 680. Average amount spent on utility if the fellow lives alone, averagely monthly bill will be 65 cedis, average monthly water bill will be 40 cedis, and then what is left is 575. Therefore, note, expenses exclude rent, breakfast, dinner, airtime, data, bundle, school fees if the fellow is a parent, and other personal expenses. If once you are alive and you live in Ghana, that's what you are likely to be spending with your average, revenue that you are able to generate, or your income. Now, the executives of the Mobile Money Agents Association have come under attack for endorsing the e-levy. At a meeting with the President Akufo-Addo, the group promised to support the government to realize its vision of generating more revenue. Before we read some reactions from the social media, here is the General Secretary of the Association, Evans Otumfo.
So we believe that as an association, it is important that as a nation, drastic measures are taken in drastic times when the need be. The levy has now been passed into law and all citizens must obey. So we are here as allies, not opposing forces. We also commend the government for taking bold steps to reduce the electronic transactions levy from the initial 1.75 to 1.5 and a tall list of exemptions provided by the levy. We had wished it reduced further for fear of its attendant impact on our businesses. Your Excellency, we appeal to you and the Minister of Finance to expedite actions to look at the challenges that the levy has brought to us as agents in line of doing our business, such as deductions that are made at the agent's account in an attempt to push funds from their agent's account to their bank account for purposes of withdrawals and other agents-related activities. Your Excellency, let it be on record that our organization believes in the payment of taxes as a major tool to drive the needed development and progress, and would not do anything that frustrates the success of the e-levy. We have identified, Your Excellency, the feedback and signal picked after the implementation of the e-levy, which really has revealed that communication on the e-levy has been extremely low. Your Excellency, it is in the best interest of the association to help drive education and the needed sensitization. We are ready to man any responsibility that government will be willing to give to the association to ensure that, one, our businesses are well protected, and then again, we will encourage the consumer and increase their confidence in the usage of the mobile money platform.
Now let's get onto the screens and read some comments that has greeted this meeting between the mobile money agents and His Excellency the President. Bra Poli says that Mobile Money Agents Association give citation to Nanado cause of e-levy. This country, everyone no gets sense. Jude Duncan says that, okay, this is Bra Poli, so Jude Duncan says, association, okay, it says association were so livid about the e-levy. They went into a meeting with the president at the Jubilee House, and now they say it's good for the economy. Now, let's go to Nungwa Cardi B. Says 35 million. These Momo Agents Association must be different from the others complaining. Okay, so that's another comment from Twitter. Now, Classic Fredo says that they are not stop this. They are party boys trying to be Momo Agents Association, laughing my blah 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 out. The concert is too much. All right, let's go to the next one if we have another. So Yao Daniel says that the Momo Agents guys, my pockets has been filled, so now they throw them a full support behind the implementation of the e-levy. Ghana we day. Okay, we have another one. Okay, well, I don't think I have any more. Let's go on to the phone lines and speak with our. Is it the secretary? Is he on? All right, you're still watching News BT on Metro TV. We're trying to speak with one of the officials of Momo Agents to get an update of what is going on there. Okay, I think he's on. That is the executive of the Mobile Money Agents Association, Dela Abochi. Is it Dela Abochi we have on the line? Dela Abochi, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy.
What is your position with the Momo agent?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers as well. As president, I'm aware that the e-levy, before the introduction, we were against it, and we are still against it. And that is the bottom line.
You are the president of the Momo agents in Ghana, the whole of the country.
Yeah, I'm the president of MAC, Mobile Money Agents Association of Ghana.
Okay, what's your...
We visited the president.
What's your numerical strength with your members?
Oh, we have so much. Ghana, we have over 300,000 agents in the country. And then, so we have over thousands. If I want to, then it means I have to contact the IT personnel to give me the actual number, but we have thousands.
You are in thousands?
Yeah.
When was the association formed?
Hello, please, I didn't get you.
I'm asking when the association was formed.
Over 5 years ago.
5 years?
Yeah, over 5 years. We are duly registered. We are recognized by MTN. We've been to all the... It's very unfortunate you've not heard of us. You can go to our Facebook. You can go to, that is Mobile Money Agents Association of Ghana. Go to our Facebook and see what is happening over there.
Okay.
We have a website. We are registered. We have ID card. We everywhere. So when you go to GRA, we are there.
So you must have seen some of the social media backlash after you met the president. Really, what did the trick for you that suddenly we hear that you are in support of the same policy that was getting you out of jobs?
Thank you very much, Annie. I think everything stays the same way, but I don't know where the media, not all, some of you have gotten the information from. I think the General Secretary sat beside me, and when he read the thing, I've not heard anywhere where he mentioned that we have endorsed the e-levy. What we were trying to say is there is inadequate education on the e-levy. So customers are not coming to our end. So Annie, I'm an agent. And if there is inadequate education on this e-levy, what will happen to me? It means that customers will not come and make a transaction. And then I will lose my daily bread. That is what we are talking about. So we want to partner with government to make sure that we educate that. You see, there's a customer who came to me and he said, I'm coming to withdraw my money from my wallet because I don't want e-levy to affect my money. So in this case, does e-levy affect a cash out? No. So we need education. We have seen that there is a loophole. Government has not, the education didn't go down well with the Ghanaians. So we call on government to so that we all go out over there and sensitize Ghanaians that the e-levy is not affecting cash out. The e-levy is actually affecting when you are sending money to somebody else. It is not when you are even doing deposits. So
but you see, when you say that you are not at the presidency, according to your secretary when he was reading the statement, you said you are not at the presidency as opposition or as opposed to the e-levy, but you are there as partners to support the government to succeed. And that is a U-turn on what you earlier on put out that it was destroying your work.
Annie, the e-levy has been passed. Now it is not a law, and the president has assented to it. Now it has been implemented. It is not taking effect, and we are seeing a shortfall of it. That customers are not coming to us. So do we fold our arms down and say, now government has implemented, so we'll not do anything about it? We need to safeguard our investment. We have invested so much into this business, and we cannot sit down and look to make sure that this business is destroyed. If the business is destroyed, who cares? We have invested money into it. It is the agent body. So we can never sit down and see the business destroyed. So that we'll go and be paying loans to the banks and end it low. We cannot sit down and look for that.
So how are you able to marshal the finance minister, the communication minister, and the president himself into this meeting?
Yeah. Before this introduction of the e-levy, we have written to the president not one, not twice. So it is it's something that we have written to them for a long time. This one is has just came to and add to it. It is not something that we started today. It is over a year ago that we've been trying to speak with the president that, see, this business that we are doing, agent, it started over 12 years now. Our commission has never been increased. Can you do a business like that? That you've been working for over 12 years, your commission has never been increased. So I'm expecting you, Annie, today that you are hearing this, that these people have been working for over 12 years now. Our commission has never been increased. What interest do we have in this, Annie? for us. That is why we need the media. Our commission has never been. Yesterday, when we told the president that our commission has never been increased for all these years, he directed the Minister of Communication that he should take charge of that to make sure that our commission is increased. Isn't that the good things that the media should be talking about? But rather, media going saying that we say we endorse the e-levy. How should that thing be turned to be endorsing the e-levy?
Have you endorsed the e-levy? Dela, have you endorsed the e-levy?
We have not endorsed any e-levy. Our position stands the same. It doesn't mean that if we are against the e-levy, we should not visit the president of the land.
Your position stands the same.
And before then, I have said that.
Hold on. What is your position on the e-levy?
The e-levy, as it stands, National Executive Council came out to say that we are against the e-levy. That is the end of it. And it has been passed. And we didn't come out to say that now that it has been passed, we support it. No. The e-levy is still, we are still against it. It doesn't mean that if you are still against the e-levy, when the thing is affecting you, then you sit down and say that because I'm against it, then I'll not do anything about it. Then it means that we are making ourselves injustice.
Dela Abochi, I thank you for your time. I will definitely interact with you again. You're still watching News Beat on Metro TV. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to News Beat on Metro TV. Now, the chiefs and residents of Afenya say government failed to consult them before proceeding to announce that their community will be converted to an automotive hub. They say although the project is a laudable one, government may fail to if proper stakeholder engagement and consultations are not done.
The Greater Accra Regional Minister announced plans by government to establish a West African automotive hub at Afenya in the Nego-Prom district of the Greater Accra region. The project would include the relocation of spare parts dealers at Abose-Okai to Afenya. The chiefs and the people of Afenya say they have not been engaged on the upcoming project. The chief of Afenya, Nene Tete Afutu III, spoke to Metro News.
Chiefs, this is what we are going to do. But in the air, if you are hearing this on air, we don't take it so seriously. But we are traditional areas. An institution known by the government. You see, traditional councils are being created by government. So we should be in the known. So that, Afenya chief, Dawanya chief, Prampran chief, come. All the documents that were signed for the Bank of Ghana, they are all there. They are all there with them.
He revealed the land where the project will be sited is being contested by the traditional authorities. They are asking for the release of the land, which they say government has acquired without compensation.
Bank of Ghana came to acquire the lands from the individual traditional councils or the traditional authorities, namely Prampran Traditional Council, Shire Traditional Council, and then the Ningo Traditional Councils. So when I heard the publication about 2 years ago, I don't know what is happening. Until last year, when I heard that, I heard the regional minister saying that they are bringing the Abose-Okai industrial area to Afenya here. Yes, it is a laudable idea. But as the custodian of the land here, nobody came to me. I have never heard of this.
The assemblyman for the Afenya electoral area, Habib Mohammed, also said the assembly has not been engaged on the project.
You know, such a project, mostly before it will come, they have to make stakeholders engagement so that we know what is happening. I know maybe they are about to do that thing. They should engage all the various stakeholders. If I say the stakeholder, the district assembly, we are in the, I believe where the whole project will come, it will be in between the two district assembly. Okay. Then we go Prampran district assembly and then the Shire district assembly. As at now, whereby I know when you go to the district assembly, you ask, they say they are not aware about it. It's only something which they are now, it will come before they are before them. So we are waiting to hear from them and see whether maybe they inform them something about it.
The National Health Insurance Scheme has responded to claims by ranking member of the Health Committee that government is collapsing the scheme. Before we read portions of the statement, here is Kwabena Minta-Kando, the ranking member.
The ranking member for the committee, Kwabena Minta-Kando, was of the view that government consistently have defaulted in paying monies allocated to the scheme, which according to him has impacted smooth operations.
A study of the National Health Insurance Fund allocation formula for 2022 shows that of the 2.056 billion collected from Ghanaians as National Health Insurance Levy in 2021, only 127.4 million Ghana cedis, or 6% of the total collected, was released by this government to address the obligations of the year. It is that not surprising that the providers of services under the scheme, that is the hospitals, pharmacies, laboratories, etc., are often outraged, claiming arrears in reimbursement.
He further indicated that the action of the government is undermining the crucial objective of the National Health Insurance Scheme.
The situation is untenable, so if not addressed, could accelerate and gradually collapse the fund. As of the end of March 2022, service providers were owed over 2.5 billion due to non-payment of claims filed as far back as July 2021. If you consider the fact that we are experiencing a hyperinflationary period with much inflation year on year being reported to have inched closer to 20%, one wonders how service providers who are owed as far back last year are supposed to manage to keep their businesses afloat.
Welcome back. Now let's take excerpts of the statements from the National Health Insurance Authority debunking what has been said by the Minta-Kando. Okay, so it says that collections of the National Health Insurance Levies, NHIL, into the Consolidated Fund occur over a period and therefore releases into the NHIF may delay sometimes. So in the allocation formula approved by the Parliament of Ghana, April 5, 2022, an amount of 1,393.14 Ghana cedis was duly referenced as a total amount released by the Ministry of Finance into the NHIF within the year 2021. And however, the application of the standards accounting reporting principles by the NHIA, an amount of 1,266.14 Ghana cedis was treated as payment for liabilities of the government to the NHIA. So this left an amount of 127 million Ghana cedis, which in the standard accounting reporting framework was attributed to the 2021 financial year. So the NHIA investment cover for claims, however, has been declining since 2009. For the year 2014, the NHIA investment fund had a closing balance of 104.32 million Ghana cedis, which declined to 77 million Ghana cedis as of the end of 2016, with a disincentive investment of 39.82 million Ghana cedis in that same year. So the investment cover as of the end of December 2021 stood at 100.72 million Ghana cedis. It is instructive to note that there have been no disinvestments since 2017 till date. For example, between 25 to 30% of the healthcare providers have submitted their October to December 2021 last quarter claims of the March 2022. It will be quite erroneous to state emphatically that the NHIA owes 2.5 million Ghana cedis to providers for claims submitted to March 2022. All right, so the question is, where is there communication missing between the NHIA and the committee that also supersede over these disbursements and payments of outstanding bills? We'll follow through and we'll bring you some more updates, but still some updates coming up. With Winston Taki, who's standing by with the business news. Winston, you're welcome.
Thank
Good
you,
afternoon.
Oni. There was an update from the Statistical Service with regards to April's inflation and some update from the world of business right after this. And now to a first business story. The latest data from the Statistics Service shows that inflation has hit 23.6% for the month of April, the highest in 18 years. This was 4.2 percentage points higher than 19.4% recorded in March 2022.
Ghana's economic expansion this year will likely fall short of government forecast as soaring inflation reduces private sector consumption and investment. The national year-on-year inflation rate was 23.6% in April 2022, which is 4.2 percentage points higher than the 19.4% recorded in March 2022. This month's food inflation of 26.6% is higher than both last month's food inflation of 22.4% and the average of the previous month's 13.5%. Food inflation's contribution to total inflation, however, decreased from 51.4% in March 2022 to 50.0% in April 2022. Overall, month-on-month food inflation was 5.8%, which is higher than both the 12-month national month-on-month rolling average of food inflation of 2.0% and the rate recorded for April 2021 of 2.3%. All the 15 food subclasses recorded positive month-on-month inflation, with fruit and vegetable juices recording the highest of 15.3%. At the regional level, the overall year-on-year inflation ranged from 18.4% in the Upper East region to 26.7% in the Central region. The second biggest West African economy is projected to expand by 5% in 2022, according to Bloomberg estimates, compared with government's projection of 5.8%.
Now, a financial management consultant, Christian Techijan, has attributed Treasury auctions missing its April target by 2.2 billion cedis to economic factors like rising inflation. According to him, this can dampen investor confidence for buying government bills.
The government was able to raise 2.9 billion across the 91 to 364 day bill, which reflects a significant drop of about 35% as compared to the figure that was recorded for the previous months. There are a number of factors that will make such a phenomenon to occur, and this includes exchange rates that is low, and then inflation rates that will also be high, with the former now stable at an average of about 70-50 pesos to a dollar, but the latter, that is the inflation recording a worst rate of about 19.3% recorded for the month of March. Investors will obviously be losing value when they go in for these government bills upon maturity. So obviously, if you are an investor, you rather invest in stocks, which is likely to gain value in absolute figures than the liquid investor.
Let's now bring you an update on how the Ghana cedi is faring against major global currencies and the prices of commodities across the world. That's all for business here on Newsbeat. My name is Winston Taki. Phil Court will bring his sports after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. My name is Phil John Quartin. It's time for Sports. Youth and Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf has indicated Ghana's preparation for the 2023 African Game is on course in every aspect. He has been speaking on Good Evening Ghana last night.
Oh yes, we
are still the host.
And, we are still.
Are we being threatened with rights?
No, not at all. The only challenge we had was to do with the Anoka and UKSA. UKSA and Anoka had issues with the AU, but in terms of our facilities requirement, being able to get all the facilities that are required for the games, we are on track. We decided to adopt the hybrid model. The hybrid model meaning we are going to leverage on the facilities that we already have as a nation, upgrade them to meet the standard that are required by the AU. Then those we don't have, like Aquatic Center, we develop them. So we are developing 10-lane competition pool aquatic center at Botiman, just at the University of Ghana farms, just close by the.
Okay, so that's where the swimming will happen.
Yes, the swimming will happen. Then we are developing a warm-up pool, which is also 8-lane. So in African Games, it's just like Olympic Games, but the continental one. Everything that you do, you are supposed to do twice, because two. Like the track, you need the competition track
and the training one,
and the warm-up one. So we are also constructing a new training track at the University of Ghana, close to the University of Ghana Stadium. We are upgrading the University of Ghana Stadium.
Running?
Yes.
But it's a stadium, it's a football stadium.
The football stadium is there.
You put tracks around it?
You put tracks around it. That is for the competition. Then outside the stadium, we are putting up a new warm-up track.
Oh, I see. Which the university can use after the tournament.
So it's just 5 minutes away from the main competition bowl. So, and we have a walkway, which is going to be covered.
Opportunity for nations to network, to find unity, to find the same purpose. And the Rainbow Tennis Tournament is such a vehicle for us to network, and not just from South Africans in Ghana, but for the entire communities, business communities, all the nations that are presented here in Ghana, for us to network, to play sports, to be healthy as well. And that's the whole idea behind this Rainbow Nations tournament. And it's a good initiative.
I'm excited. I mean, I see a lot of new people that I'll be able to network with after the game. So for me, I'm happy to be here.
I'm really expecting to have, fun first. This is very important for me. On top of playing tennis, having to have fun, but also to connect to new potential partner to play tennis.
Oh, it feels good. I'm happy to be a part of this tournament because it's a great chance to meet new people. And it's a sponsored tournament, so it's the proceeds will be going to a charity. So I feel good about it. I'm really happy to be a part of this.
Earlier, you heard the South African High Commission to Ghana, Her Excellency Grace Mason, and some players participating in the Rainbow Challenge Tennis Championship here in Accra. That's your sports. My name is Phil John Quartin, and I is standing and ready for showbiz.
Thank you, Johnny. Up next is entertainment. My name is Sanaya Tanobwachi. Now, drapings, flowers, vases, and candles are a few of the materials needed for an event venue to look beautiful. Slowly, the culture of decoration is gaining roots in Ghana. In this fragment, we get to know how dynamic and beautiful an event decoration can create memories.
Modeling or art is the shaping of special modeling balloons into almost any given shape. The form of art is the latest form of event decoration in Ghana. The art is usually in the form of backdrops for pictures at events. Rita Dua, the CEO of Balloons GH, spoke about the interest of Ghanaians in recent time.
The event industry has boomed. I think 10 years ago, people were not really keen about planning events and executing it properly than as it is now. Right now, we have good event planners in the system. We have good event, decorators and stylists on the market. So I think Ghana has one of the best event industry in Africa. So 10 years ago, definitely we were not much into it. But now, with all the trends coming up, you know how Ghanaians are. We want to jump on it and make sure we are in there. You have to trend on social media. So you got to put in your best.
She outlined the economic impacts associated with the event industry.
If I look back for like 5 years, I don't think economically it has really been good for not just even the event industry. For most businesses in Ghana and entrepreneurs, they are really struggling because it hasn't been easy. You wake up today, whatever you were selling or buying for 5 cities is like times 2, times 3. So economically, the impact has been great and rough. I've seen many businesses, many companies roll up, and then leave the scene. So I wouldn't say it's been a good one, but we always hope for the best.
Now, before we go, today 11th May marks exactly 41 years since the passing of reggae legend Bob Marley. Bob Marley died in 1981 at the age of 36 after battling cancer. Yeah, and that's all for entertainment. My name is Nanaya Tano Boache. Annie, over to you.
Thank you, Nanaya.